Hey there, crafty campers. It's Miss Kristen again. This week, we're going to do some crafts that have to do with the Ascension of Jesus. The Ascension is something that we celebrate every year, 40 days after Easter. And it honors the time when Jesus ascended. That means he went up into heaven to be with God the Father. So, in honor of that, I have a couple of cloudy type crafts for you today. So the first one that we're going to make is a craft that's similar to some that we've done in the past, but it's pretty simple. And it involves, actually both of the crafts today involve some cotton balls. So I hope you have lots of fun cloudy themed cotton balls and or maybe some pom-poms as well. Maybe you want your clouds to be fun colors. Go for it. But you'll also need a popsicle stick. You'll need some paper and some markers or decorative materials, as well as the standard scissors and a little bit of glue. So what we're going to make with this first craft is we're going to show Jesus going up into heaven, rising up into the clouds with a fun elevator style piece of paper. So I have a very long piece of paper here. You can use your regular old 8 by 11, 8.5 by 11. You can use any color that you like. If you want it to be sky-like themed, you can make it blue. Maybe the sun is really shiny in this one, so it's going to be yellow. So what you're going to do is you're going to decorate your paper, and you're also going to decorate yourself a little Jesus. So you can print off a pre-made picture of Jesus if you want to, or if you want to get extra creative, you can make your own. And you can just make your little Obviously, you should be a lot better than this. This is the speed version. My final product has a much nicer looking Jesus, I will say. And after you draw your little Jesus, you'll cut him out and glue him onto your popsicle stick, because we're going to watch him ascend into the clouds. Now, this is going to be the same principle for our next craft as far as either printing or making your own Jesus, but not like in an idle sort of way, just a paper cut out colored sort of way. So you will print or color or whatever your Jesus. You will glue him onto the popsicle stick, and then we're going to move on to our paper, and you're going to decorate this as well. So if you want, you can add some trees, a hill, some sky, some clouds. You can add whatever you want to make it kind of fun and sky themed. And I also would highly encourage you to, this is a mountain, by the way, to add some verses, cut and paste some verses, or write out some verses or some captions. Jesus ascends to heaven. Jesus is going into the clouds. And then you are also going to want to add some clouds as well. So here's where your cotton balls come in. If for some reason you don't have cotton balls in your house, maybe you have marshmallows, or maybe you have tissue and you can wad up some tissue pieces, but don't use the toilet paper because we need to save that, of course. And so you're going to scatter some glue across your paper, and then you're going to scatter some clouds across your glue, and you'll press them down. And you might want to wait for these to dry. Give them a few seconds depending on how quick your glue dries. Then once you have your lovely cloudy sky, you're going to cut a slit in the middle of your paper. This is where Jesus will be going to ascend. So you can fold your paper in half if that helps. And you're going to cut not all the way through the paper, because then you'll have two pieces of paper. But you're going to cut a slit that kind of goes up into the clouds. Maybe give yourself an inch or two on each side, so that you wind up with this lovely cut down the middle. Then you will go back and you will take your Jesus on a stick. You will insert him into this slit, and you can reenact the story of the Ascension. So you could even draw some little disciples down there at the bottom with their heads looking up into the sky. And then you can make Jesus go up and ascend into the clouds. Here he goes. He's going up. Woo, woo. And he ascends into the clouds. I have a slightly nicer final product for you here. Here's our sky. It says Jesus ascends into heaven, and he is with us always and will return someday. Here goes Jesus. Again, if you have a longer piece of paper, it might work better because then you can have a longer ascension time. But it works with any size. There he goes. All right, craft number 2 also involves those cotton balls once again, and also involves making something that will show that Jesus went up into heaven. For this one, you will also need some decorative materials, some glue. You will also need a cup of some sort. I would recommend a foam cup because it works the best for cutting, but you can also use a plastic cup if you like. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to make a giant cloud, and then you're going to put Jesus in the cup so that you can pull him up and watch him ascend into the clouds. So once again, we're going to cover this with some lovely cotton balls or pom-poms or whatever you want to use for your clouds. And then we are going to, again, get that Jesus ready. Now this time he doesn't necessarily have to be on a popsicle stick, but you could put it on there if it makes it easier to attach him to a string, which we'll see in just a moment. So you've got your fluffy cotton balls. If you wanted to decorate your cup, you could decorate your cup as well. And then we are going to get our Jesus and either put him on the popsicle stick and then onto a string, or simply punch a hole and put him onto a string, or a piece of yarn would work as well. Then you're going to need some sort of an anchor. So you'll want to put part of your string on maybe a bead, or maybe on another cotton ball or another pom-pom or another popsicle stick or something that will keep it from sliding through. That will make sense in just a moment. So you have your little anchor, you have your little string, then you're going to poke a hole in the top of your cup. This is why I say sometimes that a styrofoam might be best, because it's easy to poke a hole in a styrofoam cup. Plastic cup, slightly more difficult, but still doable. So you're going to poke your lovely hole into your cup, and then you will insert one end of the string through the hole. Leave your other end as an anchor, and this end will attach to your Jesus. So what you're going to have is you're going to have your cloudy cup, and then you're going to have your string, and you're going to have your Jesus. And see, I worked a little harder on this Jesus. He looks slightly better. Then you're going to pull the string and make your Jesus go up into the clouds. So if you have your cup nice and covered with clouds, it can be even better. Then, of course, you can pull down and watch this happen again. You have your anchoring spot, and up he goes into the cloud. And of course, you're more than welcome to put some verses and captions on that as well to remember what we're doing, to remember why this is happening and how it is happening, and to enjoy your Jesus going up into his cloudy cup. So, of course, that's only a couple of options. You can do all sorts of fun cloudy or sky activities, or something completely entirely different. It's all up to you. Get creative, have fun, make some crafts, make some disciples. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.